and welcome to my channel Angel Crafting. Today I'm doing a witch in a hat open bezel for Halloween. Here you can see me just preparing the sticky tape that I'm going to put the open bezel onto, and then I will burnish over the top of that with a lollipop stick to make sure there's no gaps. I'm using Just For You Online UK Premium UV resin today. Very good resin. They are based in the UK, but they do have suppliers worldwide now. So I just take a bit of the UV resin, and I decided that I would use some Cosmic Shimmer flakes in gemstone, I believe. Yep, gemstone. So I basically just add that to the UV resin, and then I'll begin mixing it in, and I will add it to the hat. So make sure when you're adding to the places you want on the bezel that you just make sure it's packed in tightly and that it fills all the gaps. I did pat it down a little bit with the, can't even think what it's called now. This is great. This is about my 10th take on doing a voiceover. Toothpick, that's the word I'm looking for. And there it goes into the bottom of the hat. And here you'll see me just tidying up the edges a bit, making sure there's no loose flakes. And then I do a flash cure under the UV lamp for about a minute or two. And here are the glow-in-the-dark powder and the green glitter, which I'm going to add to her face. I decided to do it straight onto the open bezel this time, but you might find it easier just to put it on the paper. So I pop in the glitter and give it a good stir. Once I'm happy with that, I'll then move on to adding a bit of glow-in-the-dark powder. And again, mix it in well. And then another quick flash cure. So next I'm moving on to the stars in the hat, and I'm using a yellow glitter there. The amount of glitter that you add is your personal choice, but I like to have it quite thick so that it gives its colour to it as well. It can be quite fiddly, but if you just take your time, it shouldn't be too much problem. By the way, this video is speeded up a little bit. Next I'm going to be using golden jewels, that's it, golden jewels glitter flakes. And I'm going to pop that onto the leftover yellow that I was doing and add a little bit more resin, and then I'm going to mix all that together. And then I'm going to add that to the stars. Sorry, not the stars. We've just done those. I'm going to add that to the brim around the hat. Again, just making sure it's packed in tight and fairly level. Then we move on to the black opal glitter, and that's from Just For You Online UK. Gives a really lovely sparkle. And I'm going to use that on the buckle and on her hair. But what I'm going to do is mix in with the gold and the yellow slightly, again to give it a bit of contrast. Again, fiddly, but just take your time. And again, just cleaning up around the edges. And then I decided that I was going to add a mould to the face. So I just got some of the black opal flake glitter and did a small spot on the face. And another flash cure. Okay, so here I am just removing the bezel from the tape. And there we go, the finished result there. And then we're going to move on to the doming. But before we do, I just wanted to show you the glow. And that's pretty good glow there. Looking good. Okay, so here we are, we're going to do our first dome. And I've decided to use some white ignition dust from Just For You Online UK to give it a bit of extra sparkle. You don't need very much of this stuff either, it's very potent. Okay, give it a stir and pop it on the bezel. Once it's all on there, you work it carefully to the edges. I'm using a cocktail stick here, but you can use a silicone tool. And then I cured that, and there's one side finished and domed, and then you repeat the process for the back. Okay, so I'll just add now that all these little flash cures, once it's actually domed on both sides, I then tend to do another 5 minute under the UV lamp on each side, just to make sure it's super hard. And there we go, the finished result. I think it looks lovely. And that definitely does glow in the dark really well. Okay, thank you for watching. If you like, give me a thumbs up, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.